Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu wa mustafa. Alhamdulillah bil alameen. We thank Allah Almighty. Such a breathtaking, precious, beautiful day. Even if it was a storm, even regardless of what the weather would be, the fact that Allah Almighty allowed us to experience another day with another personality in that day, another opportunity to learn more about ourselves. And what we really have to understand is that Allah says you must obey Him, you must obey the Prophet, and we must obey those whom Allah Almighty is putting in authority over us. This is where Shaitan rips us off. We only have to study the Old Testament, the New Testament, and the Quran to see that those who were obedient to Allah Almighty, who were obedient to those whom Allah Almighty sent to guide them, they were able to overcome the power of a gravity of pull of keeping them down in hell. See, now everyone now is born into hell. And we're not born into paradise. We are born into hell now. We have to work our way back. Dunya is the lowest life. It is not paradise. It's not the place where we're from. And this is why Allah Almighty says, obey Allah, obey the Prophet, and obey those whom He has put in authority over us. Because we cannot get back if Allah Almighty is not sending us guidance. We are paradise people with not the power of paradise people. What sense does that make? Allah tells us a day of promises when we made a promise to Allah Almighty to always be an obedient servant to Allah Almighty. We promised that. But we have to understand what that means, and we have lost the understanding of what that means. Even on a very small level, Allah Almighty, even through athletes, having coaches and position them in different positions, and you find that these people are able to excel in these different positions because someone saw a talent in them and placed them in that position and encouraged them and trained them, and they were able to excel in that position. In order for them to have reached that position, they had to hear and obey. First of all, they had to respect their coach's knowledge and the coach's ability to be able to recognize a talent and help them to develop that talent. Because we've lost our wisdom, our understanding, we've lost our minds. Everybody from east to west, north to south, Christians, Jews, Muslims, black people, white people, red people, yellow people, brown people, are functioning only from their own understanding. Can you imagine what's that like? That's like for someone, everybody to be functioning from their own understanding. Why do you think in every situation we always have a president and CEO? Why is there always someone at the top delegating responsibility to people in order for management and everything to work smoothly? Why do you have generals and people in an army who have been trained to be able to direct and train people to not to lose their lives and to be able to do the things they were trained to do? Why do you have people that send people through a boot camp and have people that have gone through the boot camp and train those people so when they're in a live situation, they won't lose their lives because they didn't know how to defend themselves? What is wrong with humanity to think that we no longer need guidance? We need guidance in everything. Go to medical school. You think you're going to get your degree by going to the library every day and it says, okay, I'm ready to take the exam. I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready to go out and do some surgery on somebody. I don't think so. We've lost our minds because we've lost our humanity. We've lost our self-respect. So therefore, we have no respect for no one else. You don't have to respect someone because they have a high position. You don't have to respect someone because you think they need to be respected or there's someone famous. A person who loves themselves, who respects themselves, they don't even have to think. That's what they do. It's an automatic love and respect they have for humanity because that's emanating from them. When that sun rises up in the sun, it doesn't, in the morning, it doesn't say, hey, respect me, it's shining. And even though we may wake up to a cloudy day, the sun has still arisen. And eventually it's going to burn through those clouds and through that, the shadowing of the clouds over the sun. So what are we missing? Humanity, human beings don't realize that they are the crown of creation. And that the Creator who started the process of creation and created the heavens and earth and gave us dominion over everything and placed everything in us to understand in ourselves and outside of ourselves to be able to represent a Creator who brought everything in creation. But we've lost that. We are fighting each other because we are envious of each other. We're jealous of each other. And yet we're going to mosques, we're going to synagogues, we're going to churches, thinking that there's a different God that loves me more than he loves you. That is so ridiculous as saying that, okay, I'm living in South Africa, I'm living in Europe, and I'm living in Australia, and it's a different sun that rises in the morning. That's crazy. It's one sun. It's the same sun that all the prophets, 124,000 prophets saw. All those, all the way back to Adam, up until this time, they saw the same sun. It was rising in the east and setting in the west. Why do we think in our own minds, our level of understanding, that it's a different sun because it's on this side or on that side? Just look up. See, it makes sense when we bring our mind to those situations, but we forget immediately why. It's like we're on automatic turn-off. I'm turned off from me and my abilities, so therefore you can't have any abilities greater than mine. And everyone is thinking that they are above someone else. Everyone is looking for someone else to respect them. Everyone is looking for someone else to speak to them before they speak to them. All you have to do is observe. And put somebody out and take them in different situations. Take them around black people. Take them around white people. Take them around yellow people, brown people. And just see how you respond in the situation. Every human being is from the same place, have the same soul. Anyone who's going to show a kindness and a good manners anywhere you are, it's going to be responded to. Goodness is universal. Just like the sun shining is universal. have to be righteous to be good or sincere or to have good common sense. This is not something that we do because we say, well, I don't want to go to hell. I want to go to paradise. It's a natural feeling to love one's creator. When you understand that I have been created, I used to be a sperm drop. Ex-sperm drop. Who in here never been a sperm drop before? We were in our father's loins, hanging in our mother's womb, not having a clue about what's happening out here. If that is not humbling enough to realize, wow, I've come a long way, baby. What? So now we're an adversary to the Creator? Well, show me your evidence. Where is the Creator? Why is there have and have-nots? Why is there poverty? Why is this that? This comes from the people's ignorance. This comes from the inhumanity of humans on humanity. This is not from the Creator. This is from the creation. Tell you what, somebody get up here and smack everybody in here. I tell you, you better be whipped before you get to the door. Come around and shake everybody's hand. And everybody will shook your hand. Show a smile, everybody. Everybody will show a smile to you. Show a frown, everybody going to frown you back. That's common sense. That's a wisdom. That's common sense ain't so common no more. Don't you know good manners rule the world? It is common sense that rule the world. What do politicians when they do? What they do when they come to your community? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How the kids? Kids the babies. And whoever's best at doing that and articulating to them an interest that not only of my interest, but your interest too. Because do you really know anything about them? And don't we know that once they get in office, they really can't do anything? They have an opposition that they got to fight. And maybe they need 2 terms. They maybe get a few things through that they promised us before they got into office. Wouldn't it be a better world if everybody was just good to each other? Now you saying that, oh, well, you know, you talking about what? Look at the news. It's hell now. Why do you think it's like that? It's called bad manners. Why do you think people are warned? It's called bad manners. Rumors. He said, she said. Can't somebody get something kicked off by showing a bad one? Hey, this brother right here, no, that brother's a thief. Watch him. Everybody watch this brother. I don't even know this brother. If I can get something started evil, can I say, that brother's powerful. Not only that, he's rich, wealthy. If I go say, hey brother, how you doing? Aren't words powerful? This thing we call the mind, isn't it something else? Don't you know that's a reflection of your Creator, be able to think and be able to make choices? And what is guidance? All guidance is saying, use it in a way that's going to bring about good things. And don't use it in a way that's going to bring about bad things. Don't you know that's all the Bible is saying? The Old Testament, New Testament, the Quran is saying. It is talking about just use your common sense to have good manners. Good manners is powerful. You might say, oh no, well, you know, it seemed like, I mean, the good die young. Oh, I mean, you make me seem weak because I'm good. Okay, let me tell you somebody that had good manners. To their Lord that was hearing and obeying. You ever heard the brother that lived back in a time, ancient time? You know him. Some people know him in the Old Testament called Moses. When he obeyed his Lord and went up to the mountains, and he obeyed his Lord's order, and he went back to Pharaoh and freed the people who were mistreated with bad manners for centuries. And because of the good manner he had with the Creator, once again, the one who had originated creation and created heavens and earth, and gave human beings dominion. In other words, when they had the ability to overcome their bad habits and took on good habits to hear and obey a good message, to do good things, they became powerful. They were established in strength and power in the land. What about somebody? Another one. Esau ibn Maryam, Jesus Christ. Anybody ever heard of him? Bringing somebody from the dead. How many people you know can bring somebody from the dead? How many people you know can heal somebody from any kind of affliction? He was hearing and obeying his Lord. And as a result of that, his Lord gave him power to do that. And that's why he's coming back, because he was misunderstood. That's why Muslims, Jews, and Christians are waiting for Esau ibn Maryam to return. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And everybody's going to be so shocked when he returns. We are showing bad manners. Don't you know hospitality, when someone wants to visit you and you show a good hospitality and respect to them, and like you genuinely happy that they're visiting you, aren't they going to want to come back? But he said, no, I don't like you. I don't like your color. I don't like your religion. I don't like where you live. I don't like what you're wearing. What are they going to do? They ain't going to know, and they're going to put a bad mouth out on you. So see how powerful this thing is? Hey, cats, dogs, rats, giraffes, buzzards, horses can't do that. That's why Allah Almighty only threatens human beings. Why are we being threatened? Because of bad manners. How can you reflect the Creator who created everything out of love, and now you are spreading hatred? Because you think you're the end all be all. The happiest people on the planet are the people that shows the best manners and love and respect to human beings. Why? Because it all comes back. It's a good investment. People may invest their money in the stock market, and they may invest a lot of money. And they have it, and it's good. And they're boosting the stock market by investing large sums of money. They're stimulating the stock market. But they may lose money based on bad investments. But when you invest good manners in human beings and people, you get it back multiplied. You want to become wealthy? You want to be healthy and wise? Invest good manners in people. Just like people looking for, everybody you see, just smile or say something nice or shake their hand or compliment them or something like that. That builds up. Anytime somebody see you, hey Shaykh, how you doing, man? How's the family? You don't even know them. All you know is that you showed somebody some love. You were kind to someone. That should be a good habit. We run up into churches, synagogues, and mosques, and we have bad manners. We're representing holy books, the words of God Almighty, and you mistreating people. You got to be a fool. You lost your doggone mind. You don't have a clue. You don't have a clue. None of the prophets mistreated anybody. Any of the inheritors never mistreated anybody. The world is messed up because people are mistreating people. Look at the abuse. Look at our children. They're being mistreated. And it's coming back on those who mistreated them. Look at all those boys who was molested, sexually molested. They're grown now. It's coming back at those people who did that. And they may have forgotten all about that. And they may be old and they may be sorry they did, but they hurt someone that's coming back on them. You have to always watch your behavior. Watch yourself. Be a security on yourself. What you're thinking when you're thinking. Watch your actions when you are acting, when you're moving. Be a security over yourself. And if you say something that harms someone, clear it up. You know, sir, ma'am, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Please forgive me. Be sincere. Boom, they forget it. I mean, I've seen situations, somebody stepped on your toes and you maybe had some sandals on, they stepped on some combat boots and you wanted to kill them. They said, oh, please, I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry. Hey, okay, all right, it's all right. Now, what if they have said, oh, so you shouldn't have had your foot there? What? You'd had a problem there. Right on, you'd had a problem. Good manners is one of the best kept secrets. How much does it cost? You have to go to college to get it? You have to be a millionaire to get it? You have to be famous to get it, right? It is the will that makes the world go round. Those who have it, they are controllers. Because everywhere they go, they're going to get in any door. Because they're going to show such a good manner. Most people are showing such bad manners. It's always refreshing if somebody come up and say, hey, how you doing? What? Oh, what? You spoke to me? Somebody spoke to me. You'd be surprised. You don't know what people go through. Isn't everybody going through something? Do you have to be a scholar of holy books to be kind to someone? Oh, you got to be a Muslim. You got to be a Jew. You got to be a Christian, right? I got to be holier than thou. Just be real. Just be sincere. Just be a regular person. And you'll go up just from that. The people be lifting you up. The people be praying for you. You can notice that people that are like that, good people, when they're not around in the environment, people miss them. What about somebody with bad manners? Do you miss them when they leave, when they're not around? You say, damn, thank God they ain't here. Is so-and-so coming? I hope not. I mean, you even see it on TV all the time. I'm not the only one to watch The Housewives, right? I watch everything because I'm a student. I'm learning everything from everybody. I think that everybody's behavior is reflecting some aspect of the holy books. In a way that is good or a way that's bad. Because there's only two kind of people. People that are sincere and people that are not sincere. Or people that are true and people that are false. I mean, I just saw on a reality show, they just voted somebody off. That's not the show that you vote somebody off the show. Her adab, her manners were so bad that they got together and said, no, we don't even want to see her again in life. What? But isn't that some story out of the Quran or the Bible when people were harming each other and oppressing each other? And people didn't want to be around him, and they prayed, oh God, please deliver us from this harm of Pharaoh. He's mistreating us. He's working us to death, and he's oppressing us. It's the same thing. See, wisdom is that you see it you're a student all the time because you see it everywhere. Do you always have to be reading and the Quran and say, oh yeah, right, I'm going to be good today? What? You got a problem. Okay, what if you can't find a book? So it has to be something of your nature. It has to be a practice. People have to feel that they can approach you, that you're a good person. It should show on your face. You should have light on your face. People should feel happy when you come in their presence because their heart is throwing out love. They should be comfortable. Even though they're seeing you for the first time, they should feel comfortable. A person should never feel uncomfortable in your environment. That's a sign you ain't right. Something wrong here. So common sense is what religion is. Religion is good advice. It's not, my God is better than you. You're going to hell because you don't go to my church. You don't sit in the building. You don't go to the building. That is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my life. My question is, have you got a special email that you got guaranteed paradise? You telling me I'm going to hell because you ain't seen me in your building? Because I haven't been reading your book? books, any book that's good comes from the same place. It's like any sunlight comes from the same sun, one sun. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, go over to Europe. It's not the same sun that come up over here, is it? Is it the same sun? What about go to South America? It's a different sun, isn't it? That's what we think. That's just as ridiculous as saying that my God is better than your God, or my book is better than your God. Where's the ignorance here? I mean, there's no wisdom. There's no common sense. And these are people leading people. They don't even understand about themselves. How can they lead somebody else? You don't understand you. How can you help somebody else? You going to hell. Muslims say, you kafir. What? You unbeliever. What? Hey, you better check yourself. Look in the mirror first. What did Michael Jackson say? Look at the man in the mirror. Or look at the woman in the mirror. Common sense ain't so common. It's very, very easy to be kind to people. Smile or be helpful. It goes a long ways. It goes a long ways. And we're asking Allah to forgive us here and after woman, Lord, Tawfiq al-Fatih. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. And this is the ayah we've been reading in the Quran, and this is the third time that we're reading this, and it's just so apropos. It's just, you know, the Quranic Arabic is in the original text and it's in the present continuous. It's for all times. Allah says, Alif Lam Bismillah Rahman Rahim, Alif Lam Mim. Do men think that they will be left alone on saying we believe and that they will not be tested? We did test those before them, and Allah will certainly know those who are true from those who are false. Do those who practice evil think that they will get the better of us? Evil is their judgment. So that's for all. You could use that today, yesterday, or tomorrow. All test is, we're going to all trials and tribulations to see who is best in conduct. Allah says that I started creation. I created the heavens and earth. What you hear? So that should say, hey, the one that brought me here can help me now, right? Bam, light bulb. How do I contact him? You know, it's so amazing. It's so amazing about the human being, the power of the human being, especially when you read in the Old Testament, New Testament, and Quran, and you read about those who are able to overcome their lower desires and their ego, and were able to show such a good manner that Allah Almighty started to empower them. It's just amazing that the power that they have. And it's just so simple to make a... Allah says, what a beautiful fellowship that I had with those who are off returning to me. Those who are off returning to him, he established them in strength and power in the land. There was always been a lot of decadence and evil. Satan has always been there since Adam and Eve, but yet they were able to flourish and to prosper and to be happy. Why? Because of that power in them, that they were able to empower themselves through good conduct. You only have to say, there are people they're talking about now going to Mars. Why would they want to go to Mars anyway? First of all, it's just desert. But here's the thing. They're now putting so much money in the development of rockets that can withstand the pressure of going on Mars. Like when they went on the moon, here's what you should do. And I want to say this to our audience that's not present. You only have to do this. And this is from people that believe with certainty of the one who created them. Because they look and say, wow, that was a sperm drop. So their understanding of this coming from such a humble place make them realize that the Creator may do anything. Why don't you just, instead of spending all that money and all these machinery to go, why don't you just ask your Creator, oh Allah, take me up for a peek. You think it's impossible? Do you think it's impossible? Then they thought it was impossible when Moses parted the Red Sea. Wasn't this belief that something has to happen, that I've gotten these people from Pharaoh, now we're going to be buried here? Weren't some of those people thinking like that? But this belief in this Creator, Part of the Red Sea. Why don't you just ask your Creator for that you're in need of and that you want, instead of going through so many problems and hating on people, being jealous of people, and showing good manners because you think that the grass is always green on the other side. Just ask your Lord for help. Ask your Lord, oh Allah, open up your bounty to me, and go out. Seek it. This is why those people are so gangster in terms of how they live a life. They live, their life starts, they live paradise in this life and the next life forever. Those who do not have any understanding of themselves, that practice bad manners wherever they go, they start their hellfire in this life and it continues in the next life forever. How wise is that? If you don't remember anything else, ask your Creator that which you are in need of. Tell him I sent you. Say a little prayer for me. Shaykh said ask. Ask. I guarantee you, if he don't give you that, he can give you something better. He don't take you to Mars, he take you someplace further than Mars. Maybe a restaurant there. Allah is Akbar. I mean, come on now. Look, there are 7 billion people on the planet. No two are the same, and everybody have different fingerprints on their hands. Of the 7 billion. Takbir. That's kind of frightening to me.
Takbir! Takbir! Takbir!
And such a being can do such a great thing. It's frightening to me. It should scare you into belief of nothing else. Oh my Lord, I want to go to Mars because I know you can. Come on. You don't even need no money. Your Creator is sufficient. Did you need any money for that sperm to come out the loins of your father getting the egg? How much did that cost? I don't know, maybe, I don't know, before they hooked up, I don't know. But I'm saying, there was nobody there said, no, you can't come, you got to pay a charge, a surcharge or something. When that sperm emitted out the loins of our father, bam, it was in the womb of our mother. Let's be real here. Common sense. Understanding is the greatest thing. You can keep that understanding. Why wouldn't you have faith now when you didn't have a clue? You didn't have a brain there. You weren't even developed. You couldn't walk around there. You walking, talking. Now you saying, where's the evidence of a Creator? Come on. Come on. Come on, humans. Let's go to the moon. Go any way we want to go. They show good manners to the one who created you. He would love to show you what he got and who you are, whose you are. When you invite somebody to your home and you have a beautiful home, don't you want to show it off? Hey, come on, let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got here. Don't you want to know what the Creator has? I want to know. If I got to love everybody, whatever I got to do to get there, I'm going to do what I need to do what I need to do. To me, that's common sense, and I thank Allah for that. Because I want to see all those worlds that are... You think this is the only... You think Earth is the only world? The Creator, what is the Creator doing? He's looking at us. Okay, all right, Omar, no, you know what I mean? You know. Let me intervene in the politics here. I don't like what's going on. He ain't got nothing else to do. The Creator that originated creation. Who is the originated creation? Did you read your... You do it? This is all I'm saying. Expand, believe. Test your belief. How you going to know if you don't ask? Ask your Lord for that you're in need of. He's sufficient. That's it, that's all. That's all the world has to do. And it will change overnight. If a tsunami could come in a matter of seconds and wipe out everybody, because nothing happens that the Creator doesn't, not even a leaf falls, the Creator don't know that it fell. Couldn't when you bring something good to the people? That's why it's good to pray for people. If you're going to pray for something for yourself, also ask it for your neighbor. You'll get it even faster. Use your wisdom. You want to go up to Mars or somewhere more? Allah, take my neighbors too. And anybody pray for that? Come by and get me too. I like to see it. So we're asking for Allah to forgive us and give us understanding and wisdom. Allah tawfiq al-Fatiha. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amin. Qad qamna as-salat.